I'm now joined with two of the competitors, Matt Callywally and Dave Jackson, the two players who are undefeated after the first day's play. Firstly, Dave, what do you think of the tournament so far?
It's excellent. It's now the weather's improved. It's even better. As it rained yesterday, and pretty poor day, but everybody's enjoying themselves, and good to see the sun out for a change and keep winning.
Yeah. The tournament. Can you just tell us what the format is?
Yeah, there's 4 groups of 12, and everybody plays 11 games, 11 up. And on my reading, I think it's 4 people go through, and which will have a final 16 on Friday.
Yeah. And Matt, you're also undefeated. It's your second time here, becoming a bit of a native to these areas, Matt, aren't you? What do you think of the format and everything?
Well, I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the round robin format, but it's the only way you can accommodate all 48 players that are here. It gives everybody enough games throughout the week to enjoy themselves, even if they don't progress to the last 16 stages. So, yeah, it's not too disappointing.
Yeah, you was complaining yesterday you didn't give much time for drinking beer. Is that a big problem?
Made up for that. We had an early start.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, gents, you want to get some practice, so I'll let you get on to it, and all the best for the rest of the week.
Thank you.
Right, joining me today are two very familiar faces here at the Madeira Golf Resort. Westy, of course, who's the ace photographer and filmer of all these events, and Kieran McPartland, who's Jimmy Parker's so-called assistant in running this particular event. But Kieran, what I've seen of it here, I mean, a lot of the bowlers have commented on it, that you seem to be doing all the work. I mean, as you organise everything, and all Jimmy seems to be doing is calling names out and tossing coins. I mean, basically, Jimmy just seems to be a tosser, doesn't he?
Well, Jimmy insisted at the start of the week that he was going to be the tosser, and most people agreed with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's absolutely right. I'm doing all the work. He keeps disappearing for about 2 hours at a time. Eventually he comes back and he says he's been doing business, but I don't believe him for a minute. He's sneaking off drinking his bottles of Coke.
Yeah, I mean, he seems to be have a problem with Coke, doesn't he, you know?
Oh, he has. He snorts it as well as drinks it.
Yeah, we've noticed all of that. Now, there's also been some comments here this week about Jimmy involved in a certain amount of corruption. There was a party went out for dinner the other night, didn't they, Dave?
Don't ask me about Jimmy coining it. Yeah?
No. What actually happened that night?
Oh, he had us over, didn't he? He's a crooked. He's coining it left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
He decided, we'll have this sweep. Everybody put a £1 coin on the table. Unknown to us, he'd gone to the waiter, the chap in charge, and asked how much the bill was. But the bet was who could get nearest guess the size of the bill, bearing in mind that we'd been told how cheap it was. So we all set a figure, and guess who won? And guess who's sneaking up behind now?
Yeah.
It's all lies.
No, it's all true. Go back tossing.
It was crookery of the highest order.
Certainly was, wasn't it? But he looked across. But what he did do, he looked across at mine and thought I'd put down 102, which upset him because he got 103. But mine was 112. You see, he was sweating. That was when he was sweating.
He had a sweat on.
Yeah. So, I gather he actually had a word with the proprietor of the restaurant, didn't he, beforehand?
So.
Yeah.
He certainly had some inside information.
Yeah.
It's what we call insider trading.
Yeah.
That's normal, isn't it?
It's a criminal offence.
That's normal, isn't it?
Yeah.
All the way through.
There's also been talk of him illegally importing food from Britain. Is there any truth in that? You're sharing a villa with him. Can you enlighten us on that, Kieran?
I have to say, when he opened his bag, he'd smuggled in corned beef, braised beef dinners, gallons of Coca-Cola, and some ready meal. I can't remember, some, as he calls it, foreign muck. I'm not sure what it was.
Yeah. No, I don't know if the immigration authorities have caught up with him, but I gather there are investigations going on into this, isn't there?
There's been an anonymous phone call. It was rumoured it come from Wales, but I'm not sure whether that's true or not.
Yeah, there's no truth in that at all.
We're not mentioning our names, but we think we know it's right about the...
No. So there's a possibility he may not be allowed back in the country for this October event. Kieran, is that correct?
He's he's hoping to stay here rather than go home because they won't let him back in if he leaves.
Yeah, that's right. And then finally, last night there was a group of us went out for dinner. There was 9 of us went out, and it was Jimmy's round apparently as well, and he disappeared.
He decided to duck out. There was a rumour that he was having a visitor from somebody. I'm not
lady
sure.
visitor.
A lady visitor.
Yes.
All I could say, when I got back to the villa at about 11 o'clock, he was absolutely shattered. He was laid prone on the settee, so I don't know what he'd been up to. I wouldn't like to speculate.
I had heard that he was supposed to be showing his nuptials. What that means, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it's something to do with the computer, I don't.
So I mean, really, the going around the green here. I mean, everybody's saying he's just a crook of the highest order, really.
That's about right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Crook.
that's quite correct.
I can confirm that.
Yeah, so it's absolute filth, really, isn't it? Yeah.
And I'll second that.
Yeah, okay. Well, thanks for that, for enlightening us and all this, and I'm sure this tape will be passed on to the right authorities.
Just as long as you get the facts right, that's all we bother at, aren't we?
That's about it.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for that.
It's a pleasure.
Right, here we are at the Oceanico Masters Tournament. It's now day 3, down to the qualifying. I've got some of the leading competitors with me. First of all, a well-known face to talking bowls, Paul, Mr. Angry Emmons. Your first visit here, Paul, what do you reckon to the setup?
Yeah, Mel, it's a wonderful setup. Very professional. Greens are immaculate. They're changing by the day though because of the weather conditions, but all in all, yeah, very impressed.
Yeah, and you're doing well yourself.
I was until the game that I just played and I come off the green, but I don't really want to talk about that.
But you're in a good position to get through the finals Friday.
Yes.
Now, you're these new bowls of yours, which you're holding there, have been causing a bit of attention on the green.
Yeah.
We've had them called goldfish bowls, light bulbs and all sorts.
Yeah.
This is something new for you this year, is it?
Yeah, I saw them first being used by David May up in Burton last year. Like the look of them and purchased a set, and yeah, they're quite good. They're quite unique though because they're the same size as a 212, but they're actually only £2 2 ounce in weight.
And
so they really do run on quite well.
And they're perfectly see-through.
Yes.
Do they make them a big target to beat?
No, not necessarily.
Yeah. Have you tried them in floodlight on an evening?
No, not yet. No.
Everyone just wondered how they'd show up for you there.
Yeah, that's something I've got to look forward to, hopefully, or not, may the case be. But we'll have to wait and see.
Okay, Paul. Now, Kerry and Matt, I think you both made the finals day here last year, didn't you?
We did.
You did. You just won again, so you really secured your place in the last 16 on Friday.
Yeah, just like Paul said, the green is absolutely immaculate. I'm getting used to the green now a bit better. Yeah, it's running lovely. It does change through the weather, obviously, like Paul said, but it is running nice and it's a nice surface to play on. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And Matt, how far did you get last year?
Last 8.
And you went out to
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown. Yeah. You say comparing the greens from last year, the condition is much improved, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there was patchy bits in March that were covered up with bits of sand, but the green in general is just very, very nice, good quality, knitted together, and they just run and they're a pleasure to play, really.
Yeah. The notice for this year, Matt, there's a lot of ladies in the competition and they seem to be doing quite well, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, yesterday I was cruising along, won my first 6, and I lost to a lady called Joan Fortner who played very well. But I believe Mr. Angry's just got beat as well.
Yeah, I mean, I saw I saw you play 2 ladies yesterday, and I saw the determination on your face to beat them.
Yes.
And you were very complimentary when you came off to them, weren't you, when you lost?
Yeah. Always.
Yeah. So, okay, well, maybe you might get another lady in the last 16, because Lynn's still in, at the moment. So.
I'll be going out in the last 16. Yeah.
Okay, anyway, lads, thank you very much for that, and all the best for the rest of the competition.
Thank you.